What's up, everybody? Kalpka here, and we are a few hours away from the PTR Season 5. I'm excited to live stream, bring it to you guys, but I want to talk about two builds that I'm actually going to try to make sure I test along with some other ones, but these two are the most important that I think are going to be really, really good. So first is the actual conduit. This is the actual new chain lightning build. So you can see that they added some really cool stuff. It has damage reduction, resource regeneration. It has chance to hit 2 chain lightnings. It has ranks to chain lightning, which you could get up to 22 ranks of chain lightning now. And then it has a cool effect where the chain lightning alternates between you and the object or the enemies. And when it returns to you, it drains 6 mana. And then it does as much as 66 mana total. And then it explodes on the enemies. And it's supposed to be doing a ton of damage. So really excited about this item. I think it's going to be pretty good for Sorcerer. So let's take a quick look at it real quick. This is actually some live footage that is coming up of the actual in use, and then we will be playing it on the PTR once we find it. We got to figure out what boss. Comment down below if you know what boss drops this. I don't even know what boss drops this yet. All right, so here it is. You're attacking. It's chaining more chains going across, coming back to you. So 6 times, 11 times it comes back to you and then it explodes. Big damage right there, right? So a couple ideas I put together, and I just want to share this with you guys. So maybe you're looking to play a Sorc on the PTR and you want to see some builds. This is what I have so far. This is what I have for the chain lightning build, and this is what I've come up with. I spent some time on this, doing some research and trying to figure out what's going to be really good. I didn't want to put any uber uniques in it because I know that uber uniques might be hard to get in the PTR. So no uber uniques, just aspects and then some uniques. All right, so on the helm, I just got aspects of fortune because lucky hit is actually going to be really good in this build. And then I will have these links in the description below so you could actually see the whole build. So I want maximum life on a lot of different things because I want to make sure that I have a good tanky chain lightning Sorc. And then hopefully it does a lot of boss damage is what we're actually looking for. So I'm going to skim through, just call out anything that is like aspect. You could look at the stats when you go through it. I've got extra vulnerable, so I am going to do frozen orb on the enchantment slot in this build, so I get extra vulnerable there, and then the legendary node of static surge on the actual crowd control as well. So then we got the gloves. Ranks to chain lightning is going to be really important on these gloves for this build. Chain lightning has a chance to bounce an additional 5 times, which I think is going to be really, really good too. So that will allow more chain lightnings to be out, stunning, doing damage, and then redirecting back to you. Then the chain lightning pants, the actual conduit pants. I like Yen's blessing in this build. Yen's blessing I think is going to be really good. So you're going to get a bunch of lightning spears up, which will keep things stunned because there's not too many things that have cooldown, but you do have the ice armor and the flame shield, but it'd be cool to get a bunch of lightning spears from this. And then the stats are really good on this too because you're going to want to restore your resource as much as possible. So in this build you're looking for resource regeneration, which you see in these pants, or you're looking for primary resource to gain. You don't want to have resource cost reduction in this build. That's not what you want. You want resource gain or maximum resource too. Then on the rod, we're going to do critical strike, new tempering. So this is X damage critical strike. We're not sure exactly how much it is. And then chain lightning cast twice. So this is having another aspect on your weapon that if this does anywhere from like 20 to 25 when you rank it up to 12, that's going to be really good. That's like having a conceded on your weapon. So because you're probably going to have close to 100% critical strike anyways. So we got emerald ruby skulls because we only have 1 armor. I think armor was on the chest because you don't have it on the pants, so you need armor on the chest. And then we did do accelerating aspect because we are casting a core ability. I did use Talrashes, so we are using Lucky Hit to do shadow damage. So that gives us our 4th shadow, our 4th damage for Talrashes, so we get 60% damage. And then I did the vulnerable one on this one. So we got the vulnerable X damage, and then we got the crit X damage. So we're splitting it up. It just feels good when you do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to need this. This is each time chain lightning bounces, you get 3 mana. I feel like that's going to be so much mana. So it might be a little bit overkill. We'll see. I don't have mana per second on the chest, so maybe this is going to be good. You can also get critical strike, worldly finesse on this, and then resource regeneration, like I was saying, is the best way to go. You also get resource regeneration on Talrashes, so that's actually really good is there. And then you want ranks to Firing Blaze, attack speed, and critical strike chance on the neck, and then critical strike damage. So I split it up. I got 2 of those on critical strike damage, worldly finesse, X damage, and then 2 vulnerable. And then I just did movement speed on the neck there. So skill tree, a couple things I'll point out is I did go Frozen Orb. So if you look at my skills down here, I like Frozen Orb and enchantment because I feel like the lightning build doesn't do that much vulnerable. It's only 2 seconds from the Paragon node. So let me go show you. Static Surge node, it's only 2 seconds. So that will give us another 3 seconds. So you'll have vulnerable a lot more. I think that's going to be the way to go because we are going to be stacking vulnerable. Anything else crazy to point out? You have to use some points. It would be nice to have a Shaco because you get some points back, but that's okay. We're just running it because this is actually the strongest we think we can make the build. And then we are using the Viewer's Mastery. I'm excited to see how much damage that's actually going to do. I'm not really sure. Hopefully it's pretty good. We'll see. But that's the tree, if you want to see that. And then the other one is we are going to go into the Paragon board. I have Tactician right at the front. I always like Tactician in the front because it buffs these nodes. And then you don't need much more resist. And then it doesn't do a lot of physical damage. I think mana is going to be good. So I did go to Static Surge next because I think extra mana is going to be good. I think I put extra mana on my, I think I did. Excellent resource. I think having extra resource on this will be good because you want to always be above 66 mana. Because if it's bouncing back to you, so how this works is if you're always above 66 mana when it bounces to you, then when it casts, you're always going to get that explosion. So we need at least always above 66 mana. And because you could have so many chain lightnings coming back to you because now we have this new aspect. Chain lightning has a 20% chance to hit an additional time. So there's a lot of options for chain lightnings to be bouncing around. So, all right. So then we went into Enchanter, went all the way up here, got the Static Surge board, and then Overwhelming. This is actually really good. Damage to elites is awesome. And Stun. Elemental Master went into here just to get all the non-physical damage. You put Elementalist in here so it buffs this node. So you get a ton of non-physical damage for that. Then I went to Frigid Fate, extra vulnerable damage, bonus vulnerable damage. So we go there, and then we just go down and we start getting our other nodes like Destruction. This is the Ceaseless Conduit, so you get the extra lightning damage as well. And then we go to Burning Instinct, so we get a little bit more burning damage because we do have Firebolt on as well. And then the last one is Flame Feeder. So we got Exploit, Flame Feeder. This worked out pretty good to get 7 nodes. Not sure why I said I had 1 remaining, but I could just throw that in there. But this is the build for Chain Lightning. This is what I'm going to build towards in the PTR to actually test the quality of the power. Things might change here and there. We'll update it if it does. But that's what I'm going to be running, trying to get to this kind of build right here. And I know the gear might not be the same because you might not get everything you want, which is okay. We'll figure it out then. All right, let's go to the other build that I'm really excited about. This build, I think, is going to do some. It probably will be better, actually. It will probably be better than the Chain Lightning build because of the buffs that it got. We'll see if I could find it. Let's see. Here it is. Hydra Season 5 burn. Let's burn, baby. Let's go. I'm ready, man. Start this PTR up. Let's go. All right. So we got the Hydra burn. And this is obviously not Shaco, but ranks to Hydra. So we could get that. Cool thing is on a lot of these items, you could get lucky hit chance on a chance to do damage on a Hydra, and then lucky hit chance on your Hydra Conjure. So Hydra Conjure is just going to be so freaking strong. So here's the actual gear. So we got lucky hit chance on the helm. We got, you take less damage for crowd control. I did put mana per second on that because I don't need the armor anymore because we are going to put it on the pants instead. Then we got vulnerable damage, Hydra lucky hit chance. And then we got this new fire starter aspect. When burning an enemy, you deal X fire damage to them. This effect is treated as a pyro skill. So that is going to be something nice to check out. And then we got the Conjurer. When you summon, you're going to get damage reduction. Very good aspect there. This is a pretty tanky build too. This is the new boots. Hopefully I get this. When you cast a skill with cooldown, you explode dealing fire damage, which we're going to have a lot of fire damage. So I think that will be really cool. I don't know if this fire damage is going to burn. I'm not 100% sure. This would actually not be bad in a build where you didn't want to use a firebolt, because you could use your Talrashas to get the burning damage from this. So this would actually be really cool. I do like the stats on it though. Cooldown reduction, non-physical damage, movement speed, all stats. This is actually a really good boot. So we're excited to see if this does anything. And then this is that Hydra aspect. So this right here, 1 to 2 chance to cast a head on your Hydra. So you're gonna have like 3 Hydras out. It's in the enchantment slot too. Actually 4 Hydras out. And then you're going to have, maybe when this ranks up, another 4 heads. And you do this on the offhand as well. So you have fire damage over time, 4 Hydra heads. So you could have maybe like 12 to 16 Hydra heads per Hydra shooting out. It's going to be like the Frozen Orb before it wasn't Frozen Orb anymore, when it got nerfed in Season 5. I think this is going to be wild. I don't know. We're going to have to check it out. I think the burning damage is going to be insane. I would actually put Andarel's Visage on the helm if I did want to use Ubers, but this was no Ubers, just like the other build. So it's pretty good. All right, and then Lightning Spear is the abilities. We'll go to Flame Shield, Ice Armor, Teleport, Firewall, and then Hydra. So since we're doing so much burning, I'm going to test out Firewall with it. If it's not good, we'll switch that up and just do straight Conjures. So we'll switch it up to Ice Blades, and we'll have Lightning Spear. So we'll check it out. We're going to try out this the Battles Caster's Aspect to gain 5 ranks of Hydra. So this would make Hydra really strong, because we already got 4. We also got another couple ranks to Hydra from this, the helm, which could go to 8. So you could have 8 plus the 5. So now we're sitting at 13 plus that's 18. We could get 18 ranks of Hydra, so which is really good. Then we got the Conceited Aspect with attack speed, critical strike chances not supposed to be on there. Supposed to be damage over time. So my bad. We'll save that. Talrashas, Storm Swell, and then extra Hydra damage on the neck piece as well, and then movement speed again. Devouring Blaze and Glass Cannon I think would be the most damage, so it's very hard to get that though. So we won't plan on that. All right, skill trait looks like this. 2 points into Firebolt and Frostbolt, going into Greater Frozen Orb, getting full Elemental Dominance, getting into Shimmering Teleport. We're getting Glass Cannon, obviously, getting a 1 rank of Ice Armor, Elemental Attunement, maxing out Hydra to burn 100% of its base damage over 6 seconds. So that's where the big buff came in, 60 to 100. So I think that is going to be pretty strong. We'll see, almost 100% increase in damage. Got Conjure Mastery, Elemental Attunement, Protection, Mana Shield, and then we got all the burning nodes and extra fire damage nodes, Firewall, and the Mage's Firewall to keep the burning going, and then Endless Pyre, Soul Fire, and then the new Combustion is up another 20%. So I think how this works, the reason why I want to do Firewall too is because Firewall is a source of burning, Hydra's a source of burning, and then Firebolt's a source of burning. So I think that's times 12. So comment below if you think differently, but that's 3 sources of burning. So you get times 12, so times 52, which is pretty good. This Paragon tree worked out really nice. Pretty happy with this one. One Tactician at the beginning there. And then we walked up here and we got Conjure. We also went into Keeper of the Elements. We got Swift Conjure. I think that's going to be really good as well for extra attack speed plus the skill damage for Conjure. Got all the non-physical damage nodes. Went into Elementalist. This is kind of similar how we did the Chain Lightning on that board. Then we went to Frigid Fate. 50% intelligence. Got Enchanter in there. This one is always a little goofy, so you need Burning Instinct, so you had to go all over the place to get it. I wish they would move this node to like here. It's not really convenient. It's not convenient at all. Come on, maybe. That's too far away. We don't even need that. Maybe put it right next to an exit right here. So then you can just exit here and then you could save these Paragon points. I don't know. I feel like that's just really, really inconvenient. And it is a lot of wasted points for sure. So we'll see what happens though. I could figure out a way to clean that up a little bit better. But we did put Flame Feeder here. We don't need Destruction. Exploit and then Torch is really important as well. So that's the Hydra Burning build. The Hydra Burning build is going to be sweet. I'm excited about this one too. So these are the two builds. Like I said, I'm going to have the links in the description. Check them out. Tell me what you think and tell me what you're excited for in season 5. I'm excited about this. We're ready to get this going and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys.